Welcome to the 8th Annual Role of Success Scholarship Dinner. This is the first panel interview that we're having with past ACE participants as well as current ACE participants. To my right is Kerry Ray. He is the soon-to-be head professional at the Benning Links Golf Course and working with the First Tee. He's graduated from Mississippi State University. Next to him is Kaylee Lucas. She's a senior at Gallatin High School. And next to her is Meryl Castle. She is a sophomore at Millikan College. So the baseline of this, the focus on this is just trying to get a perspective from some ACE participants about the program. Just ask some Q&A and just get the pulse of what they think in their experience of the First Tee. So I'm going to start with Kaylee. Kaylee is just getting back from the First Tee Life Skill and Leadership Academy in Boise, Idaho. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in Boise, I had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of participants from all over the country, and I actually got to roommate with someone from Delaware, which I'd never met someone from Delaware, so I thought that was pretty cool. And we got to play some really nice golf courses and do a lot of purposeful practices, and we actually got to learn a lot of life skills and leadership, and we focused on diversity and including and finding your identity. So.
Gotcha, okay. And so that's all a great experience. Let me ask you a follow-up question. So to anyone that is starting the First Tee, what life skills, or just, I guess, any skills that you learned within your time kind of helped you with your experience at Life Skills and Leadership?
One of the main 9 core values that I've really tried to use throughout my time at the Life Skills and Leadership, I'm sorry, there's a black. It was confidence, because I really wanted to try to push myself and get to know a lot of new people and try to not try to just like fly under the radar and just try to settle in there. I wanted to really try to push myself and try new things.
Okay. Same question for you, Kerry. I know you went to Life Skill and Leadership at Hofstra, a few years ago. What life skills, core values that helped you in that transition to that you could kind of talk about?
I would say the same thing, confidence with her, and then a little bit of integrity too, going in and being honest with my game, especially when you get exposed to all of the different players across the nation, and you notice, okay, that person's good too, and he looks just like me. So kind of being upfront and honest, and then embracing the overall just experience. It really blew me away how we could live in the same country but have 2 totally different life experiences, and just the way how we grew up playing golf and learning it. So just getting that exposure, and then on top of that, for me, that was my first time being in New York, and I was familiar with the college campuses in Nashville, but never stayed in a dormitory, and never got that experience. It was really awesome.
Okay. Speaking about dormitories, I'm gonna ask this to Ms. Castle there. You are a student athlete at Millikan. How has your First Tee experience and things you've learned helped you with that transition, creating that balance of being a student as well as an athlete?
Yes, so my first year was definitely an adjustment for me going from high school to college, especially playing an athletic sport like golf that takes so much time. It was definitely different from high school in the sense that I had to put in more time and more effort to study and get the grades that I had gotten in high school. I had to spend more time practicing because I was playing at a higher level. The First Tee really prepared me in the sense that they taught me life skills like setting goals and the core values of perseverance. Those were the 2 biggest ones that I always went back to that helped me get through that first semester and make the adjustment so I had an even better second semester.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so kind of still sticking to the life skills and the core values, kind of off the golf course. In college, have you used one or some particular ones that helped you off the golf course?
I would say going to college at Millikan, I did not know anybody. The only person I knew was the coach. So that was definitely kind of intimidating for me, going there not knowing a single soul in an area that I didn't know anyone in the relative area at all. So one of the first things we were taught at the First Tee, meeting and greeting, such a simple concept that I used every single day. And that confidence that I had and knowing that I could do it, and I've done it before, kind of helped me in that process of meeting new people and being in an environment that I hadn't been in before.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna ask that same question to Kaylee. I've seen the progression from you from when you first started to where you currently are, both on and especially off the course, off the golf course. What has kind of helped you off the golf course to kind of progress you to who you are as a young lady right now?
This sounds cheesy, but I would still say confidence for number one,
Mm-hmm.
just because you really have to be confident in yourself and who you are, and really confident in that, like, oh, I can do this. I don't need to be scared of what I'm doing or who I'm meeting, because everyone's pretty much the same. Like, when it comes to, like, we're all in the new environment, we're all going to be somewhat scared and nervous at some point just to meet someone new. So that would definitely be one. And then also, when it comes to, like, in the new environments and stuff like that, using the, like, 3 tips for having fun and stuff like that, which sounds so simple because, like, always be positive and ask for help when you need to, and stuff like that. So I would definitely say that, because it sounds like a simple, like, concept, but just reminding myself to, like, just be positive and have fun is just, like, a quick reminder, like, okay, I'm good.
Gotcha. And I want to ask Mr. Ray the same question. Carrie, I know you graduated from Mississippi State University from the PGM program. Just give us some little feedback about how the first T life skills, core values kind of helped you going through your maturation through that process.
For me, the other core value, or the one that I really live in and kind of stick by, is perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody kind of has their own stories throughout life, ups and downs, but specifically in college, it's such a grind because you're trying to figure yourself out. It's a whole new kind of routine and a new environment. And just persevering through, each semester, bringing on a different tackle, a different challenge. Anything from, I remember when I first came in, my first semester, my father lost his job.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to transition from just attending school to now I got to put in the work to get an extra job and kind of figure that process out. But little things like the acronym STAR I learned through the first two: stop, think, anticipate, respond. Every single decision I made, good or bad, over time you learn to really utilize that and transition into your lifestyle. Or even, I remember the 4 R's. I remember the first time I kind of used that off the golf course it was actually after the first good grade I got in my business stats class.
Okay.
And I had to replay like all the things I did to lead me to that good grade. I then had to relax because I was super excited. And I still had 2 more exams later.
Okay.
I had to get ready and prepare for those next exams, and I had to redo and perform again.
Okay.
So, the stuff that First T has taught me is a direct correlation to the things I did in life, and specifically during my time at Mississippi State.
Okay. So I'm gonna stay with you because, okay, now you have graduated from college, or soon to be graduated from college, and now your first job is coming back to the First T and working with the chapter where you grew up. What are your thoughts about that? What are you looking forward to? And do you have any specific goals that you can kind of want to tackle?
It's exciting and nothing short of a blessing. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And I joined the First Tee back in 2000 when it was just getting started in Nashville. Back when it was the First Tee in Nashville, and I was 4 years old. So the First Tee was literally a part of my upbringing. Like, that's a part of my own training. And as a participant, I never had a problem staying after helping with the smaller classes as I got older. When I was in college, I always made sure to come back, say hello, stay in contact.
Mm-hmm.
Had an opportunity to hold down the golf shop after one of my internships. So I've always kind of had it naturally in me to figure out ways to give back to the program that helped me so much. So now, with me finishing college, having my PJ certification, having my knowledge in golf, I'm in such a better position to give back to those who are literally in my position. So it's definitely exciting. Going forward, I definitely want to go ahead and keep the same things going, because in terms of the First Tee and the kids, Benny Links is such a great golf course and a great environment for people to learn. But then I really want to harp on, with me and my golf knowledge, trying to take their skills to the next level and using everything I know from my experiences of traveling in terms of golf lessons or setting up a tournament, really making sure they have an idea of the different ways to go about golf instead of just being kind of section 2 of their experience in First Tee. At Benny. But then the other thing too is Nashville is continuing to grow. And so outside of the participants, it's a lot of people continue to move into Nashville. A lot of this younger, I'm extremely young, but I'm an adult, but it's kind of like the 25 to 30-year-old like age range is in that area. And I want to get the word out about Vinny Links. And I want to have more people be exposed to the fact that, hey, you know, Top Golf is not the only way to have fun in golf.
Right.
And Vinny is not like your typical kind of old school country club vibe or whatever. Like, you can still have a good time and transition your experience from kind of halfway playing golf to an actual golf course. And why not start that at Vinny Links?
I like it. All right, good call. I'm gonna pass it over to Kayla here. You're going into your senior year, and you still have a couple of participant opportunities on board. Kind of talk about what you're looking for in those, and some of the goals that you have going out throughout your senior year until you graduate.
Right, okay, so going into the goals about different participant opportunities, I just talked to you a couple of weeks ago about setting goals and making sure I truly understood how to set actual goals that were like measurable and specific, so I wasn't just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do better, but like better at what? So one of the goals I had going into life skills and leadership, since it was a lot of like connections and stuff like that with the different participants, I really wanted to connect, like truly build a relationship with at least 5 or 6 participants there, and then also have like a new connection with the coach also. So I think I actually did pretty good at that. I got a lot of phone numbers. I actually met a sports psychologist that was in Florida, I believe. So I got her phone number, so I was like, I'm definitely gonna talk to you soon. And then with the upcoming participant opportunities, I'll be going to CoBank, which I feel like that's a little bit secretive, so I don't really know exactly what's going to happen there. I haven't heard a lot of what we're going to be doing. I just know bring your golf clubs and have a good time. So I feel like it's going to be a lot of networking. I feel like we're going to meet a bunch of different business companies and leaders within them. So I'm really looking forward to getting a feel for like what do you look for in an employee, what makes them different and stand out, and like how did you get to the position you are, and how can I possibly get to a similar position. And then in school, I really wanted to stay focused on my grades, and it's going to my senior year, it tends to get senioritis and you want to slack off, so I really talked to my guidance counselors and specifically my math teacher a lot to make sure I stayed on top of grades and proved to the colleges that are looking at me and colleges that I'm looking at that I'm not going to slack off during my senior year, and I'm still going to put in hard work even though I'm about to leave.
And so Meryl, I have kind of the same question for you. You're going into your sophomore year, freshman year, you were second team all conference, great grades, all that good stuff. What are some of the goals that you have set that you would like to share?
So going into my first year, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know how my golf game would take me and how it would measure up to the other players in the conference. But going into the second year, after making second team all conference, a definite goal for me is to make first team all conference. It was really exciting to, at the end of the season, realize that I had made second team, see my hard work pay off, and know that I could do better, and I didn't play my best and still made second team. So I'm looking forward to working hard and meeting that goal. Also, my first semester, I did not make Dean's List, but my second semester I did. So this upcoming year, I definitely want to work hard so that I can make Dean's List both semesters. So I'll work hard in the classroom and also on the golf course.
All right, and since you have the microphone, I'm going to ask one last question to each of you all. What, I guess, advice could you give? I mean, I know Kaylee's still in ACE, but anybody in ACE that is looking to, in your case, for career-wise, maybe in the golf industry or just, career in general, and you as a student athlete, what advice would you give them as they kind of matriculate through ACE and look forward to going to college?
I would definitely say that they need to work hard on that ACE book. That made a big difference for me, and it was tedious work, and it took a long time, and it was hard at times, but that definitely helped me get to where I am today and select the college I'm going to. I think if you would have asked me at the beginning of my senior year, I would have never guessed Milligan would be where I ended up, but through the process of using the ACE book, I found that Milligan really was the best option for me. So I would definitely give the advice to stick with it, and it's tedious, but it will definitely pay off in the long run.
Regarding ACE in general, because I'm still a current participant, I would definitely say don't be afraid to ask questions to your coaches and stuff like that. I feel like when I was just beginning ACE, I was really nervous because I felt like I wasn't up to par compared to the other ones, just because like everybody already had that connection, and I felt like I was still kind of the newbie. So I definitely say be confident in yourself and connect with your coaches and ask questions regarding whether it be about golf, but also about finding a college, interviewing skills, and how you want to make your plan for the future. And also, don't be afraid to ask the alum about what their experiences are and what mistakes they've made and what things they did right. And so that way you can kind of figure out, okay, this is what I should do, this is what I need to be thinking about, and about the like time frame you need to be thinking about this stuff too.
For me, I agree. That ACE book is so key. And I remember my senior year in high school, especially as like I was worried about the ACT, college applications, finishing that, just trying to figure it out. And like a lot of 17 and 18-year-olds, you don't know what you want to do or have an idea. But through that ACE book, it allowed for me to have a more structured thought process in trying to figure it out. Without that ACE book, I wouldn't have found out about the PGA Golf Management Program. I wouldn't have been able to do the proper research, ask questions. I always knew I liked golf. I didn't know how people worked at golf courses. I didn't know all the different career paths. I just didn't know how to get into it. So through that, through my coaches at the First Tee, I was able to do the proper research and then find my home at Mississippi State. And then from there, be able to, very lucky, to find my passion early with a career route and then just go on from there. So for the ACE participant, focus on that. Embrace it. Don't BS it. Please, like give it the proper time because it's for you. You know, it's not just something to complete. You know, it truly helps. I would not be where I am today for the program in general, but boy, that ACE book put me on track to transition into the next chapter of my life.
Well, I appreciate the pulse, like I said, from the young people and the feedback that you all gave about ACE and your experience in First Tee. You on the career side, you as a senior ACE participant, and you as second year collegiate student athlete. All right. That's it for our panel interview. Thank you all.